Welcome to Trending Now USA. I am Bella. Alex Eala stepped onto the grass courts of the Kooyong Classic with a calm intensity that signaled more than just preparation for a new season. What unfolded was a composed, authoritative performance that reinforced her growing reputation as one of the most intriguing young competitors in women's tennis. Against Donna Vekic, a seasoned campaigner with deep experience at the top level of the game, Eala delivered a win that carried meaning far beyond the exhibition scoreline. It was a statement of progress, maturity, and competitive readiness, framed by precision shot-making and a mindset that reflected a player increasingly comfortable on the big stage. From the opening moments, Eala's body language suggested focus rather than flash. She moved efficiently between points, kept her routines tight, and showed a clear tactical plan. Vekic, known for her power and ability to dictate play with aggressive baseline strikes, tested Eala early. Yet the younger player responded not with hesitation, but with patience, absorbing pace and redirecting it intelligently. The rallies quickly revealed a contrast in styles, Vekic looking to impose, Eala looking to construct. It was this construction, point by point, that became the defining theme of the match. Kooyong, with its storied history and intimate atmosphere, has long been a proving ground for players sharpening their games ahead of major competition. While the event does not carry ranking points, it often offers a glimpse into form, confidence, and tactical evolution. For Eala, the setting provided an ideal canvas. She used the faster surface to showcase improvements in her serve placement and first strike patterns, while also demonstrating an enhanced ability to defend and counterpunch when rallies extended. The first game set the tone. Eala's serve held firm under early pressure, with a mix of wide deliveries and well-disguised body serves preventing Vekic from settling into a rhythm on return. On the return side, Eala stood slightly inside the baseline, signaling intent. Rather than simply blocking balls back, she took calculated risks, aiming deep through the middle or angling returns to pull Vekic off the court. This proactive approach paid dividends, forcing Vekic to play extra shots and increasing the likelihood of errors. As the match progressed, Eala's footwork stood out. She glided across the grass with balance and control, adjusting her steps to stay low and maintain timing. Grass can be unforgiving for players who are late or tentative, but Eala looked comfortable, bending her knees and keeping her center of gravity stable. This allowed her to handle Vekic's flatter ground strokes and respond with clean, measured replies. Each successful exchange seemed to add to her confidence. One of the most striking aspects of Eala's performance was her shot selection under pressure. When faced with break points or extended rallies, she resisted the temptation to overhit. Instead, she trusted her patterns, often working the ball cross-court before changing direction down the line at precisely the right moment. These choices reflected not only technical growth, but also an increasing sense of tactical awareness. Against a player like Vekic, who thrives when opponents rush decisions, Eala's discipline proved crucial. Vekic, to her credit, fought to assert herself. She unleashed forehand winners and stepped inside the court whenever possible, trying to shorten points and disrupt Eala's rhythm. At times, her power overwhelmed the defense, producing moments of brilliance that reminded observers of her experience and shot-making ability. But these bursts were often followed by unforced errors, a sign of the pressure Eala was applying simply by staying present in every rally. The crowd, attentive and engaged, responded to the ebb and flow of the contest. Kooyong spectators are known for their appreciation of craft as much as power, and Eala's variety earned nods of approval. She mixed in slices to change pace, used higher topspin when pushed wide, and showed a willingness to come forward when the opportunity arose. Her net approaches were selective but effective, finishing points with soft hands and confident volleys. As the match moved into its later stages, Eala's composure became even more apparent. Where exhibition matches can sometimes drift into looseness, she maintained intensity, treating each point with respect. This professionalism spoke volumes about her mindset. It suggested a player who understands that habits formed in these moments carry over into the biggest arenas. The win over Vekic also carried symbolic weight. Facing a player with years of tour experience, Eala demonstrated that she can not only compete but also control stretches of play against established names. For younger players transitioning from promise to performance, these wins are milestones. They provide validation that training, adaptation, and perseverance are yielding results. Beyond the immediate result, the match offered insights into Eala's evolving game. Her serve, while not overpowering, showed improved consistency and placement. She used it as a tool to start points on her terms, rather than simply a means to avoid double faults. Her return game, long considered a strength, looked sharper still, with better anticipation and positioning. Perhaps most importantly, her mental approach appeared steadier, less reactive to momentum shifts and more grounded in process. Observers noted how Eala handled adversity. When Vekic mounted brief surges, Eala did not panic. She reset between points, took her time with towel breaks, and focused on breathing and routine. This ability to manage emotions is often the differentiator at higher levels of competition. It allows players to weather storms and capitalize when opportunities arise. The Kooyong Classic win also fits into a broader narrative of Eala's career trajectory. Long recognized as a talented junior with a strong foundation, she has gradually added layers to her game. Physical conditioning, tactical nuance, and mental resilience have all improved incrementally. Matches like this one suggest that these elements are beginning to align more consistently. For fans and analysts, the performance sparked conversations about what lies ahead. While exhibition results should be viewed with context, they can indicate readiness. Eala's readiness was evident not only in her strokes, but also in her demeanor. She looked like a player who belongs in these matchups, comfortable sharing the court with veterans and unafraid to impose her own game. Vekic's role in the contest should not be overlooked. Her presence provided a meaningful benchmark. By challenging Eala with pace and experience, she forced the younger player to execute under realistic conditions. That Eala met this challenge so effectively adds credibility to the result. As the match concluded, the handshake at the net reflected mutual respect. Eala's smile was measured, her celebration restrained. It was the reaction of someone satisfied with the work done, aware that this is one step in a longer journey. Such perspective is encouraging, suggesting a player focused on growth rather than fleeting moments. The Kooyong Classic has a history of offering glimpses into future narratives. Over the years, many players have used its grass courts to fine-tune their games and quietly build confidence. Eala's performance fits comfortably within that tradition. It was not about spectacle for its own sake, but about execution, learning, and affirmation. In the broader context of women's tennis, performances like this add depth to an increasingly competitive landscape. The emergence of young players capable of challenging established names keeps the sport dynamic. Eala's win contributes to this sense of renewal, highlighting the continual influx of talent ready to make its mark. What stood out most was the balance in Eala's game. She did not rely solely on defense or counterpunching, nor did she attempt to overpower her opponent. Instead, she blended patience with initiative, choosing moments to attack and moments to absorb. This balance is often the hallmark of players who succeed across surfaces and conditions. Grass, in particular, demands adaptability. The lower bounce and quicker points reward those who can stay light on their feet and think quickly. Eala's adaptability was evident in how she adjusted to skidding balls and unpredictable bounces. Rather than retreating, she leaned into the challenge, trusting her preparation. As attention turns to the upcoming competitive season, the implications of this match linger. Confidence gained in January can influence performances months later. Knowing that she can execute her game plan against a player like Vekic may embolden Eala to play with greater freedom in future encounters. Coaches often emphasize the importance of process over outcome, especially in exhibitions. From that perspective, Eala's performance checked many boxes. She served with intent, returned aggressively, moved well, and stayed mentally engaged. The outcome was a reflection of these processes working together. For viewers tuning in, the match offered a compelling narrative of emergence and assertion. Eala did not simply survive against a higher-profile opponent. She reasserted herself, reminding audiences of her potential and progress. The word dominance in this context does not imply overwhelming force, but rather control, clarity, and consistency. In the days following the Kooyong Classic, discussions around Eala's performance continued. Analysts pointed to specific improvements, such as her ability to neutralize power and her willingness to step inside the court. Fans expressed excitement about what this might mean for her upcoming matches. Such conversations are a natural byproduct of a performance that resonates. It is important, however, to maintain perspective. One match does not define a season, and exhibitions do not predict outcomes with certainty. Yet they do reveal tendencies and trajectories. Eala's trajectory, as suggested by this win, is upward. The pieces of her game appear to be coming together in a way that supports sustained progress. As the tennis world moves forward, moments like these accumulate. Each solid performance builds a foundation of belief. Each test passed reinforces the idea that preparation is paying off. For Eala, the Kooyong Classic win over Vekic represents one such moment, a checkpoint on a longer road. The narrative is not about sudden arrival, but about steady advancement. Eala's journey has been marked by patience and persistence. This match, played under the summer sun on historic grass, felt like a quiet confirmation of that approach. She is not rushing, not forcing outcomes, but allowing her game to mature. For Trending Now USA viewers, the story is one of composure and confidence. It is about a young player stepping into competitive spaces with assurance, meeting challenges head-on, and leaving the court having learned and affirmed. Eala's performance at Kooyong serves as a reminder that dominance can take many forms, and sometimes the most compelling is the calm kind. As the season unfolds, eyes will follow Eala with renewed interest. Matches like this invite attention, but they also set expectations. The task ahead is to carry these habits into every contest, regardless of stage or opponent. If this performance is any indication, Eala is well aware of that responsibility. From Kooyong's grass to the broader tour, the message is clear. Alex Eala is continuing to shape her identity as a competitor, blending skill, intelligence, and resilience. The win over Donna Vekic may have been an exhibition result, but the impression it left was very real. This is Bella for Trending Now USA, bringing you the stories shaping the sports world today.